Hustle versus harmony in your birth and baby business. Hello, my name's Anna Lagrange and I'm one half of BABBA Business, the Birth and Baby Business Academy, which is a community membership for birth and baby business owners who want to make their passion into profit. Sorry, got there in the end.
Yay! And hi, my name is Liz and I'm the other half of BABBA Business. So before we get going on our very juicy topic today, always, we would love it if you would like and subscribe to this podcast on your podcast provider, or maybe you're watching on YouTube. You might want to drop a comment and say hi. Let us know that you're liking the content, or even if you've got any content ideas, things that you would like us to talk about, then we are happy to do that. But now it's time to get into this. So, hustle or harmony in your birth or baby business?
Oh my gosh. I don't even like the word hustle because it just feels like, I think sometimes when you start taking in, podcasts and content by coaches, business coaches, for example, the word hustle comes up a lot.
Yeah.
And it almost sort of can become this thing that's what you have to do. You have to hustle. Yeah. Having said that, I am a natural hustler.
I was just about to say, I was like, what is she talking about? And you know what? I am as well. Hustle. I love a bit of hustle.
But I definitely do not think that to have a successful business, you have to be as workaholic as I am. It's something that I'm constantly working, something that I'm always trying to keep in mind is that I am naturally a hustler. So I have to work quite hard to find the harmony, to make sure I make time for the harmony in my life and in my business. That's definitely just me as a personality.
What we really need to kind of define, I guess, is that a bit of hustle. There is no harm in a bit of hustle. I think when everyone's starting out initially, there is a lot of hustle to be had, and people listening might have heard coaches say you've got to be a little bit obsessed with your business to really get it going, and we say that as well, but that doesn't necessarily always have to equate to hustle. So it really does depend on the person, on their life, on their approach to it. Sometimes you can reframe hustle into a good thing, but if you're always hustling, it gets tiring, doesn't it? The kind of hustle we want to avoid is where you're getting to the end of a month and you've got no one booked on your classes the next month, and then you're literally having to go hell for leather to try and get people on your courses. That kind of hustle is not conducive to long-term sustainable success. You need to find systems and processes that can work for you, that can really help your business feel like a proper business, rather than that kind of hustle week to week, month to month. That's what we try to avoid, isn't it? We do hustle in other ways, but we do try to avoid that.
Yeah, we really do. And we are pretty good at fitting harmonious moments into our lives every single day. It's a priority to both of us. I think where I have a problem with the word, and I'm reading at the moment a book that you sent me. Thank you. Tammy Thomas's book, Women Who Work Too Much.
Yeah.
I think one of the things she talks about, which I totally agree with, is that in society we have this concept that productivity is a good thing, and that, to be successful, you have to be really working hard and putting in the hours, and that's a very linear thing.
Yeah.
And I don't agree with that. And that is very much the 9-to-5 culture that we have in our society. And I think one of the fantastic things about not working in the 9-to-5 and having a business is you can do it on your term.
Yes.
And you can move away and should move away from that concept, because it doesn't work. And it particularly doesn't work for those of us who are mothers, because our business is just one small part of our, not small, but it's one part of our lives. We often we've got very full lives in other ways as well, usually with our kids. It might be other members of the family, it might be someone who's caring for their parents, or all these other things that we generally as women find ourselves doing. So I think that is a very dangerous mentality to have. So I think we're not saying you don't need to work hard in your business at times for it to be a success, but this kind of concept of being quite cyclical in your business, having up days and down days, and and going with the flow. I think something that I've really noticed us doing, particularly this last month, is really feeling into our energy. And even though we had a plan for this next launch that's coming up, it was feeling like such a grind, our original plan. And instead of being like, no, we have to do this, we have to push through, we have to make this happen how we planned, we actually sat back and we were like, this isn't working for us. Let's think about a different way of doing this that flows more easily. And we found it. Actually, when we were recording last week's podcast, interestingly,
we'll share that
the
in a minute.
beauty of being able to run our own business is that we can just take a total pivot like this and say, let's follow the ease here. Let's follow the thing that feels good and that feels right for us and for BABBA. So that is, for me, that is harmony. That is, tuning into yourself and what you want for your business rather than perhaps what you think you should be doing.
Yeah, I really agree with that, and I really feel that. And I think, I'm proud of us for recognizing where our energy was at and what we needed to do. And it's like, it's not just our energy as well. I think we were really feeling it from our members, our students, that like March seemed to be quite a tough month for people. And then the idea of like what we had planned just felt like there was going to be a lot of hustle involved in that, and not necessarily something that we had the energy for. And we've also pivoted on previous ideas that we've had with BABBA as well when they didn't feel right. So I definitely think that tuning into energy and into what they really want to do is important. And so there's a difference though between not doing something because you're too scared to do it, and not doing something because it doesn't feel aligned or it doesn't feel like energetically appropriate to you at that time. So really try to work out the difference. Are you avoiding doing a launch because you're like, oh, everybody's going to be watching me and everybody's going to like, what if it fails and people will know, things like that, which nobody really knows what goes on behind the scenes. Or is it like, I'm exhausted, I don't have the energy, and I don't actually have the time to do it this way? So they're different things, but they can lead to the same result, and really connecting to that is just super important. And I think that, we've talked about that's something that we find with a lot of birth and baby business owners, is that there's a disconnect between like themselves and really tuning into themselves, really. Because at the stage that most birth and baby businesses are at that we work with, they are their business, and so they're kind of like intrinsically entwined with their business, and that it's hard to define one from the other. And sometimes that it can be a really difficult thing to do, to sort of step back and go, where should I go with this? How should I proceed?
I think we come from quite a place of privilege in this. And one point is that we've been doing this for a long time. This is not a brand new this is a new business to us, but we have already got masses of experience in this space. So I think we have had those years of experience, but also of our own mentorship, that where we've had other people to be able to bounce ideas off. And the other place that we're quite lucky is that we've got each other to discuss this with. So if you're or I'm having a day and I'm just feeling, you said to me, like, I'm just not really feeling this, and I was like, I know it feels really hard work and we can really discuss it, but for a lot of people, they're working on their own in their business, they don't have that. So I think it's really important to have somebody that you can bounce this stuff off, somebody who really believes in your business and wants you to succeed and gets it. But I think the important point to make here as well is it's not about just giving up on an idea. It's about finding. So for example, with this launch, it wasn't that we were like, wow, let's just not launch, let's not bother. We were like, let's just do this, but in a different way, something that feels good. And I've definitely done that so many times with the Mindful Breastfeeding School. I've just done it recently as well, where something, again, just wasn't feeling right, wasn't fitting. It's something that's worked before in a certain way, but this time it's just like, No, and why would I keep pushing and spending my time and energy on something that I know deep down isn't aligned, it isn't right for right now? It's just a waste of my energy, and it just feels like you're like flogging a dead horse in a way, but like it's a good thing. I want to keep it, but it's not working in its current format. So let's just either take a step back, take some time out, relook at it in a different way, maybe chat to some people, and trust, I think, as well, that the answers to it, the solutions will come, like it did for us last week. It did just
definitely
come.
And sometimes those, you have to get quiet and you have to get reflective, and you have to ask yourself some difficult questions in order to allow those answers to come through. And I think sometimes we don't allow for that space. So we really want to encourage birth and baby business owners to tune into that and to give themselves that space and that time to really connect with themselves and what they want. If you're running around hustling all the time, and like thinking, oh, why isn't this working? Why isn't this firing? Why isn't it connecting? What's happening? Then it's probably because you're not taking time out to really and uncover what's going on underneath it all. You're just on autopilot. You're just in like constant hustle mode. And that's something that we want to offer maybe a bit of a solution to, which brings us round to what happened last week. So we recorded a podcast last week, and what was the title last week? It was I can't remember, but it was something about like our sort of journeys through
it was from vision to reality in our birth and baby businesses.
A new vision was in there somewhere. So vision to reality, and we were sort of talking a bit about our journeys, and we both mentioned how we'd been on retreats in the past, and how taking yourself out of the day-to-day, out of the hustle, out of your business, out of your usual environment as well sometimes can be helpful, can just really help you to kind of like zoom out, look at your business, connect with yourself. And it's amazing how that can really join the dots and really be the missing piece in the puzzle. So after that podcast, we were both like, retreat. And so... do you want to announce it, Anna?
Yeah, so we are running a retreat for you all at the end of this month. It is on Saturday, the 27th of April. It is a day retreat on a Saturday. It's online, so you don't have to go anywhere, but we do recommend that you find yourself a lovely, quiet space. And it is free. This is a free day that we're offering for you all, because we just really want to help you find that harmony in your business. And it might be that it's not how, where you're not, you don't need it for the reasons that we're talking about now. It could be just that you need some time out, some time for yourself. You need some, a little bit of self-care, a day where you can just say to everybody, do you know what? I'm taking this day for me. And, I really need it. So it is really going to have retreat vibes, but it is for business owners. And we just love you to come along and spend the day with us and, find that piece, a bit of, just a bit of time out.
Yeah.
And we've also got a gift for the first 25 people who sign up and come along. So
it's a free gift, a free event and a free gift. Are we mad?
So something really special that we wanted to offer out to you all. So hopefully you can come. The link to join up is in the show notes. We're looking forward to it, which is always a good sign that you've made a good decision for your business. Is something that you are really feeling excited about yourself. Not just excited, but kind of like we can feel the spaciousness, the harmony and the calm around it as well, which is really exciting.
Yeah, we are very energetically aligned to this, whereas what we were going to do instead, we were not energetically aligned to. So it feels really good to be giving this and offering this to people, because we also know that we're going to get a lot back from it in return in terms of how it's going to help us to connect with our businesses as well. So we would absolutely love to see you there. As Anna said, all the details are in the show notes. And one last thing to mention is the Action in April, the Birth and Baby Business Summit, which is an event that Anna and I, BABBA Business, are putting on entirely as a fundraiser for the families, the parents, the babies, the mothers, etc. in Gaza who are suffering starvation, trauma, death. We want to be able to, as birth and baby business owners, to be able to do what we can to get some aid to those people who need it. So we have organised a fundraiser in conjunction with lots of other birth and baby business owners. All you need to do is donate a minimum of £50. We'll put the link in the show notes as well. And you get access to absolutely loads of amazing things that will help you with your business. So we have got Emma Armstrong, aka the Naked Doula, has done a workshop for us. We've got Susie Ashworth, who's donated like an entire course called the Activation Station. It's amazing. We have got a couple of offerings in there as well. One is all about imposter syndrome, and one is our social media framework as well. I mean, I could go. There's loads, isn't there?
There's loads. There's over 20 of us offering things. Yeah, we've got Cheryl from Yoga Bellies. We've got Sarah Joy Jarvis. So there's some real like kind of mindset stuff in there, but there's actually some great, really practical stuff in there as well, like writing copy, SEO. You know, really standing out as a birth and baby business owner. So there's a lot in there. Yeah. So do go to the show notes as well and have a look at that, because we are committed to raising as much money as we can for Gaza at the moment, and we'd really like it if you could help join us to do that as a group. So go and have a look at that as well.
Thank you, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.